Hiya, welcome to LSB Feasters radio channel where we keep great radio from the past alive. Today we're going to Philadelphia and 105.3 WDAS-FM. In 1971, 105.3 WDAS changed from its progressive rock format over to a progressive R&B format. Station played a mix of album R&B cuts, funk, and soul. They called the format Black Rock. And one of the jocks from the progressive rock days actually stayed with the station and became its music director and host of its Oldies show. I'm talking about Harvey Holiday. Harvey spent about 18 years with WDAS before moving across town to Oldies 102 for a while, and then spent the next 29 years playing oldies at 98 WOGL in Philadelphia. He retired back in 2018. Also on this tape, you will hear Holiday with his friend and guest, Joey Reynolds. Joey is a legendary jock who spent, time on the air on just about every radio station known to man. Just to name a couple, WKBW, WIBG, WFIL, WNBC, WQAM, but I don't want to make this video too long. Joey's just hanging out with Harvey and having a good time. Now, I got to tell you up front, the quality of this rare audio is not great. It's less than perfect, but I thought it was worth sharing anyway to hear these two legends of radio on the air together. Got to thank my friend Alan Tolz up in Boston for this audio. Thank you, Alan. All right, if you like what you hear, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel too if you like, and hit that bell so you'll be notified whenever we post anything new. All right, let's go back to 1974 with Harvey Holiday and Joey Reynolds on 105.3 WDAS-FM Philadelphia.
Anymore. I paid all my bills in Philadelphia. I came here to own the town this time, not owe it. No, Harvey, I'm very glad to be here, seriously, and thank you for welcoming me. Can't say hello yet.
Why don't you come back when you can't stay so long?
This is WDAS-FM. It's 920, and we're live. I wanted to say it just to show that we're live.
Thank you. I've been telling the people that you'll be here for 2 weeks now.
Because I was outside the station in the park. There are a lot of blacks out there, you know. And they're coming here to work, weren't they?
Probably.
And I brought you something that you're not going to believe.
Really?
Yeah. I brought you some Jersey tomatoes. This big blonde dude. And also, I've got a bag of Jersey tomatoes, the first of the crop. I brought the nuns the corn. You know, I have a friend who's a nun here in Philadelphia. I won't mention her name because it's her hometown. And she's from Our Lady of the Recalled Saints Parish. And she's bringing with her tonight some Holy Communion for you, Harvey. And I brought some Jersey tomatoes. And we're going to have a great time tonight, seriously.
I know we are. Well, I want to thank you for coming by.
Pizza will be here in a moment.
Do my introduction later. Take phone calls, I think, at CO3 3200. This is definitely. Let's put your mic on. What happened?
I said hi.
Oh. I think the first record I'm going to play is very apropos for this show tonight. What are you gonna do when I'm gone? Joey DeBeeline doesn't like oldies. Why don't you like oldies?
No, it's not that I dislike oldies. It's that I used to play oldies and
when they were newies.
For years.
When they were newies.
Then I got off the air for about 4 years. I lived in California, came back here, and I discovered I am an oldie, and I don't want them anymore.
Happy birthday.
I just don't thank you. No, I wasn't plugging my birthday so much. I'm not into oldies because I don't like to be reminded of a dreadful past I've had.
Well, I do, see.
And
I had a nice past.
Well, you know,
I'm not too sure about my future after tonight.
No, but human nature affords you the opportunity to remember the good times first, and then you have to dig for the bad. Some of us.
No, well, I'm really into music. I'm really into music, and a lot of these records they were big hits in Philly. I grew up in Philadelphia, and the station's in Philly, and oldie is 3 weeks ago.
Philadelphia hasn't grown up yet. How could you have? Well, this is not a big town. There's a mirror at one end. You've heard me say all these things before. Remember? No, I was. A lot of people think I was fired from WIBG, and I was. And many people think that I was opposite George Michael. He's the only one who knows I wasn't. I met him at a party a couple of weeks ago, and I apologized to him for all the nasty things I said on the air to him. I wanted to go on record as saying that because I think he's a very, very nice, sincere person. And I felt my next opportunity on the radio in Philadelphia, if I ever had one, and this is it, I would make public apology to George Michael. because I think he's a very, very nice guy. And I found him to be extremely sincere, and he believes in what he's doing, and he's a bubblegum artist, and that's his routine. And his engineer is now working at WDAS. How the mighty have fallen.
You want to have equal time.
You know, it's really terrible. Bob, what's Bob's last name?
Bear.
Bob Bear. That's good.
Bob, he's in the woods.
Yes, well, I wasn't looking for the cheap ones, but every time we tell a cheap one, we put a quarter in the box. Bob Bear was George Michael, engineer. George Michael is his name. That's not plural. It's not Michaels. And you know that, don't you, Bob? Bob could probably tell us lots of stories about having his WFIL and his fill of everything. We don't want to talk about the prize patrol and things like that. I wasn't there, but I'll tell you this much, and when I drive by, it reminds me of Rochester, New York, as I think of Kodak because of the slide projector they're located in. And I do happen to, I'm very fond of City Line Avenue. It's got 2 lanes, more than every other street in Philadelphia. This is my favorite town to dump on, Philadelphia. I remember when they charged $2 at the airport to get out. Remember the $2 airport tax? I offered 10. And Rizzo still kept me here. This is the only town I've been arrested in. All the other cities I haven't been able to get arrested in. Philadelphia I have. All I had to do here, well, you see, it's much like Nixon, who was allowed to go on his tour of the Arab nations because he had a Hess card. And I was allowed to go on my tour of Philadelphia. I'm here tonight on the radio because I'm a militant Italian. And I came here and I said, where's the most militant station? And they took me to WIBG, which is hardcore country western. And no, seriously, they're going country western. I thought you want to know this, Bob. Yeah, this is the radio digest tonight. We're telling all the folks, blow heads tonight. People, if you turn on the radio to hear stereo music, you're going to get it in one ear. In the other ear, you're going to get us. That would be. Why don't you play music in one ear and the jock in the other? Can't you do that?
Pardon?
Can you give it to them in the ear?
No.
No. Okay. I was thinking maybe you could put the music on one channel and the voice on the other. Is there a way to do that?
I don't want to do that.
We can't. Can you do that though?
No, I want to be able to hear you on both ears.
Oh. Well, you can get stereonucleosis from this show.
I hope so.
All right. You can play a record and we'll be back. I'm going to go out and fumble through my old material.
I want to give the phone number, CO3-3200.
Remember, folks, we're looking for a free pizza tonight.
I'm going to do the introduction at the end of the show, by the way.
Have you ever had pizza with chitlins?
9:30 WDAS-FM in Philadelphia with Holiday. Enjoy Reynolds. Harry do this, and I'll do that. And Chuck?
Hello. Could I speak to Joe?
Yeah, go ahead, Chuck.
You think somebody didn't wake up yet?
Yeah, I know. There's a...
next Sunday night. Tell me to sit on back and take the holiday.
Are you listening to me? Chuck, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Gal just called a little while ago. You know, she doesn't know we're sitting in the same room with the speaker, and she says, you tell your friend on the air he ain't funny. So I want to thank her. She asked for Bewildered by James Brown, and if you think that's going to be played later tonight, you got another guest coming.
Hey, okay.
There's no way to get a record play when you call a radio station.
That's true.
Especially when the guy thinks he's funny.
Oh, Dave, listen.
Yeah, Chuck.
Turn them on a couple-year-old tape. Get back to last week.
Turn them on at some...
No, he's in Philly then or after now.
What'd you say, Chuck?
Well, he's in the city then.
Chuck, you talk louder.
Talking as loud as I can.
I think you got a bad line.
I don't think Chuck is funny, lady.
Well, no, in all the cities has he been in, has he ever heard a show like the Holiday Show?
He said all the cities you've been in have heard a show like this one.
I live at Holiday Inn.
Well, if you ever sit back and really listen to him, and then he'll never fill it up his hip.
I hear one every night at the Holiday Inn. It's very religious there. Every night you walk by the rooms, you hear them praying. You're going, oh, God.
Sit back some Sunday.
All the rooms. Yeah, it's very...
Thanks for the plug, Chuck. See you later. Bye-bye. Hello.
Hi. Is Joey here?
Is who here?
Joey.
Yeah, Joey's here. Go ahead, talk to him.
Listen here, Joey, where are you hiding now?
Hiya.
Yeah, where are you hiding out?
I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
Oh, where are you now? Where are you residing?
Oh, where am I living now? I live in California.
California?
Yeah.
Oh, well, how do you like it back here in Philadelphia? Are you so far? It doesn't sound too good.
I have been doing some work on a radio station in New Jersey, the Jersey Shore.
Oh, you know, like it down there?
And it's pretty nice. It's an AM station, and it's on in Lakewood. That's where we're located. We serve most of Jersey, with the exception of Atlantic City, and most of Jersey with the exception of Asbury Park, most of Jersey with the exception of Trenton and Newark. And also, we don't serve Jersey City. Nor do we get into New York, and we don't go farther south than Freehold. We don't go north. But
I told you, WIBG news.
but we have a disadvantage because it's AM.
He just said WIBG.
Yeah, guess what?
WIBG.
I just thought I'd give you a call and say hello.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hey.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Thanks a lot.
Right.
Okay.
This is a very strange show tonight, Harvey. Can I call you Harvey?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I know, because some people call you Holiday, and
And some of those are other things.
those are really hip. Call you Vacation. No, they call you, what do they call you? Harv or Harvey? You like Harvey, don't you? That's why you like that full name, Impact. Harvey Holiday, right? I mean, you worked for years developing your image of Harvey. It's like someone calling me Joe. I'm Joey. It's been Joey. As a kid, I was Joey. I didn't like being called Joey when I was 13 years old, and I started dating girls. And then I liked being called Joe. And, of course, the nuns in the school called me Joseph. I didn't like that. It was too formal. And then when I was called Joey again, I was paid $150,000 for a 2-year contract at ABC. I liked it. It was nice. All of a sudden, it wasn't cute anymore. So they could call me whatever they want. They haven't called me. In 2.5 years, nothing. They haven't called me.
Well, you can call him tonight, folks.
Is Butterball still around?
Yeah, he may drop by tonight.
I knew him when he was margarine.
Well, that's when he was...
Is he still big and white?
You're half right. It's 9:33, and no request, but if you'd like to talk to Joey...
Whatever happened to Joe Tambora? Is he still around?
No, he's not.
No?
CO3...
Tambora's around, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
The Tambora brothers are known as Butterball.
That's right. CO3, 3200's the number.
I wonder if Matty Singer has a prayer for the day. He's a local guy in Philadelphia who goes around delivering records to all the disc jockeys, and he usually has a thought for the day like, oh, hi, where there's a will, there's a relative. You know, he gives you all the wonderful thoughts of the day, and every day he calls you with a new one. And then he gives you the hype of the minute, which is play this record because I'm being paid to promote it. And I work for ABC Dunhill, and here's the latest grassroots, and God bless, where's Jim Croce? And we've got a new one. They had this in the can. It's number 57. They had in a 12 set relay. Now they did only with Jim Croce. How many things are in the can right now? Nothing. They've released everything. There is no more Jim Croce stuff in the can. But I'll bet they come up with an album. I think that was from Croce. We're going to get a busy signal next. Hiya, Harvey. How are you?
I want to thank Matty for introducing us if he's listening.
No, Matty's a wonderful man. He really is. He's the thought for the day.
He introduced us. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. No request tonight. We want to talk to Joey. CO3, 3200's the number. We're going to play a record. Remember that, folks?
Are we going to get some more of this Roberta flack from these people who don't think I'm funny?
Zero Lounge, yeah.
They're synthetics, aren't they?
I hope so.
Yeah. Harvey Holiday show you got on your radio on WDAS-FM, people. And
I didn't plug my albums.
You got an album that's coming out, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here.
No, they're out already.
Oh, I got one coming out.
Do you?
It's not, no company has bought it yet. It's not placed with anybody, and I've been 1 year and 2 months working on it and just finished it about 2 weeks ago.
We have some things we're going to play by you later.
I know, but I'm not plugging my album, except I want to get into plugging yours.
I'd like to plug, well,
I wanted to tell you that at least you got so far as to have one released. But yours does not have Rats in My Room and all that stuff in it like I do, all that junk.
No,
I'm not saying that because Rats in My Room is not in my album. But I would like to revive it, and I think you're the person to revive it. Why don't you do it? Because I'll get the publishing on it. There's more money in publishing than there is in being a performer on a record. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't know that. You make more money when you own the publishing. So it's a little Stevie Wonder that you wouldn't want to be a publisher instead of a, a lot of people don't want to be artists. I mean, this business can make Marvin Gaye. And you got to be very careful. I mean, there's this album that Harvey has is an O-Town sound. Philadelphia's got the No-Town sound with, you got to gamble and huff your way through this business. And, there's a lot of people just huffing away. And they're blowing hot smoke up their poppies. And the thing is that it's important to have a base of operation to work out, especially if you're going to be in the album business, because a lot of people are moving to California and want to get LA'd. And they want to get a routine down pat. And the East Coast is shifting over to the West. And
send $5 check or money order for my my first album, which has my picture.
It's called First Album with My Picture on it.
The second album that doesn't have my picture. It's $1 more. And first album has Peace of Mind by the Magnificent Men, Blue Holiday, Shirelles, What Can I Do, Donnie Elbert, Baby I'm Yours, Barbara Lewis, Mitchell and Queen, The Impressions, You've Been on True Delphonics, Cher, Frankie Lyman. Second album has the 4 J's, a lot of Philadelphia stuff, and the Butlers, and that's $6, and you can get it at the station tonight in the lobby.
And also most hardware stores in Philadelphia Center City, not to mention suburban locations for Holiday House, where they are featuring the album.
You can send check or money order
to
Holiday Oldies, WDAS-FM, Philadelphia, PA, 19131. And don't forget about Corvettes.
It must be a good album because a lot of truck drivers stop there.
That's true. Don't forget Corvettes Midsummer Sale is at your nearest Corvette store, which would be a good place for Corvettes to have a good sale.
The lady who says I'm not funny is back on the phone again.
I hope so.
She got through. There's nobody calling.
We have
more people know your private line than know your regular request line.
That's true.
The last request you had was, could you come over instead of seeing your wife tonight?
This was a 30-second commercial. It's now an hour.
Do they know you're married?
Funny? No. Corvettes, thanks a lot, Joe. Corvettes midsummer sale is at your nearest Corvettes now, with hundreds of savings you always dreamed of.
Yes,
like
you can now hear the album that Joe Niagara fell over.
Like the Polaroid Square Shooter 2 for only $17.99.
Joe Niagara falls over this one.
Or seconds of famous made no-iron shirts, sale price of $1.99 for twin flat. Wherever aluminum foil on sale.
I'll do your commercial on the one side, on this side, stereo, and I'll do the other side.
25% on misses and junior swimsuits.
You don't have to compete with each other. I'm the voice on the right.
Tank tops.
I'm
working, boss. I'm doing my job, boss.
That's the conscious on the left. His voice on the left is coming out of the other channel. He's trying to sell you his album. Let me say my album. Joey Reynolds' album called Joey Reynolds Raps. It's not even on the market yet, and already it's a million seller.
You want to take some more calls?
You want to eat the returns? Oh, excuse me. Back in the stereo.
You want to take some more calls?
This is really ridiculous. This has got two microphones and no waiting. Back here. Okay, folks. This is WDAS, your service station.
Are you ready?
Pump it.
Are you ready?
Yes.
FM. Hello. Are you there?
Oh, we're not getting in the studio.
You fell asleep. FM.
Hello. Having a technical elapse.
Technical call. Let's play a record. Okay, we'll be back after that.
This is live. Live. In person.
I remember my first love affair.
What was the Ice Mask called All of the Strong Survive?
I remember that record.
Do you?
Yeah, that was recorded initially by the janitor and the drum. And that was a big hit. Wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Very big.
Okay, I don't remember that record.
I think it was one of his few million sellers, #1 records. Campbell and Huff produced that here in Philadelphia. And I used to listen to it when I was a kid.
They produced a team here in Philadelphia this year, too, which I'd like to congratulate them.
Flyers?
Flyers, yeah, that's really good. That's the world's first gay basketball team, isn't it? Move to L.A. No, there's I ought to move to L.A. with this material, I'll tell you. No, they ought to have a new team here in Philly. The Philly Hookers.
They're on Arch Street.
The Hookers have chutzpah. Can you imagine the campaign? I think they use that already. Better say hi to the folks on the phone. You got people there waiting.
Hello.
What happened to the phone?
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
You want to talk to Joey?
Hello?
Who? Oh, I think you want to talk to Joey?
Joey?
She doesn't know who I am. This woman just tuned in. Is that right, ma'am?
Oh, you want a request, right?
Yes.
We're not taking anything. I'm sorry. Thank you. Bye.
Oh, that happens all the
Hello,
time.
Milton?
Yeah.
Milton King?
Yeah.
Meet Joey Reynolds.
How you doing, Joey?
Hi, Milton. How are you?
All right.
Oh, where are you from?
Huh?
Where are you from?
WWIL.
No, Milton, wait. Let me set this up. Look,
All right.
first of all, Milton, it used to be my bodyguard. And,
Well, I see your body has gone to pot.
That's true.
Or some other drug.
okay, and Milton wants to break into radio. And Milton used to work at my club.
Milton, you're not guarding your body very well. Number 26 is slipping.
That's true.
He's wearing a shirt that says 26 on it. It looks like one measurement now. It used to take up the whole stomach.
Now, Milton wants to get into radio, and Milton, this is Joey Reynolds, who's probably the world's greatest radio personality.
And then someone just called and said, who?
So I want you two to meet.
Joey, how you doing?
I'm doing very fine, Milton. What's this WWRL? That's a radio station in New York. It's a black station.
That's right.
And do you work there?
Well, you know me.
Milton,
No, I don't know you. That's the point. You're from Philadelphia?
Milton, tell the truth.
You're from Philadelphia.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well, what made you say WWRL? I wonder what made you say that.
He lies a lot.
Now, Harvey.
What, Milton?
It's typical Philadelphia, you know.
Let me do my own interview.
I'm sorry, Milton.
Joey Wells?
Joey.
Joey Wells.
Yeah, a lot of people say Jewy, but that isn't. It's Joey.
Joey Wells.
Yeah.
Is it true you was on WIBG?
Yeah, I was there for a couple of years. It seemed like a couple of centuries. Yeah, I was there for 2 years. Yes.
Why don't you get over DAS?
Well,
Great.
see, since the world has changed.
They'll be open next Sunday night.
No, since the world has changed, you know that FM is the upcoming radio because it's people should listen to FM because of the quality. Music sounds better on FM.
Yeah.
And if you're into music and communication, as I am, in radio broadcasting, I think that FM is the superior medium.
Yeah.
So besides that, I got fired.
You know, I love to hear you.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. It's a nice vote of confidence on your part. They said that to Nixon once.
I would love to hear him.
They got a new book about Nixon's administration. It's called Future Schlock. I want to get my one-liners. You don't mind if I get my one-liners in, do you, Milton?
Huh?
You don't mind if I get my jokes in, do you?
You can bounce him right off, Milton. He's about 6'7", 280 pounds. Let me just tell you that right now.
Just lying on his stomach.
That's true. He's the worst driver in the... Milton, you got your car? How many accidents have you had since you got your car? You hit a tree last week, didn't you?
About 8.
8 accidents.
Milton, do you drink?
No.
You sound like you're on something you should be sharing.
No, I just drive fast, that's all.
You don't smoke that crazy stuff, do you?
No, I'm a Christian man.
You're a what?
I'm a Christian man.
A Christian man? Well, don't go near the Detroit Lions. They'll eat you up.
Hey, guess what?
What's that, man?
I want you to know this, Harvey.
Yes, Milton.
I'm trading my car in and getting another one.
God makes sense, Milton.
I want everybody on Stafford Street to know.
Okay.
I have a new car. I got a 64 Impala.
Them Chevys, huh?
I've been wanting one for years, and finally I can afford one.
I want everybody to know.
Hey, Milton.
What?
Let him know yourself. FM, hello.
Hey, thank you. Joy,
Yeah, Joey's here.
Hello, Joy.
Hiya.
How you doing there?
Who's this? Sounds like a very bad kingfish.
Well, man, I wasn't trying to do no kingfish. Look at here, there was a rumor out there on that WIBG that you died.
Hey, do this.
Let me tell you something. There may be a rumor that...
Tonight, I think the rumor is true.
Hey, could you call back? Hey, Jack, call back later with a Johnny Cash. It's, let me do this.
Let him have one before you do that.
I hope so.
He has the most magnificent furniture at reasonable prices in Delaware Valley.
Well, let me just say one thing real quick before I even turn your mic on, Joe. Joey, sorry. For 3 or 4 years we've been here, this show has always been a premise of having fun, and as I mentioned earlier, Joey's probably the greatest personality jock. And I don't want anybody to think that we're being serious about these things. I've told people for years, if you don't have a sense of humor, even when Joey isn't here, don't listen to this show, and especially tonight with Joey here. So, we're here to have fun, which is what we need in this world today. Everybody stand up. All right, a little fun. So we're here having fun, and we're not, Joey apologized to George Michael, which was great, and he congratulated the Flyers. That's the only 2 things I heard.
I think you're listening to the melody, but you ain't hearing the lyrics. No, we're having fun, but the thing is that I have, since January, been on the air on WGRQ in Buffalo, CHUM in Toronto, WPOP in Hartford, WLEE in Richmond, Virginia, WNBC in New York, and here at WDAS-FM in Philadelphia. Now, I should explain this because people wonder all of a sudden there's a voice out of nowhere. A lot of people don't know who I am. A lot of people don't care, and at this point especially. And that's the way it is. Not everybody's going to like me. I'm not everybody's cup of tea or a nickel bag, but that's the way life is.
Prices are up. Nickel bags are now $7.
I just feel that it's graceful in life to go buy bad one-liners. And one of the things is that to be in someone else's home turf is to sometimes take away from the resident jock, which has happened to me on occasion. You are the resident jock because you are the medium. You're the catalyst, Harvey, and they know you and they love you and they get used to you and have come to enjoy you as a friend.
But
so I'm an interruption.
But you are a guest in my home, which is here tonight. And when I invite people to my home, I want them to be themselves, to be comfortable, to do their thing, and to relax, and that's it.
Well, a lot of people are used to a one-to-one relationship. They don't like having a three-way, and that's what tonight is. It's an interference. And I want to tell people something that I have not been able to say because I haven't had a microphone in Philadelphia. Not that I have not been asked. I have chosen not to be on the air in Philadelphia because I left here on good terms. I was fired. And I was asked to... I missed a parade in Germantown. And I figured that was a big enough reason. I never did anything wrong. I just did a smear campaign for Rizzo. I almost got the newly elected governor impeached. And we lost our license and $6 million, but they fired me for missing a parade in Germantown, which I always thought was justice is in the eye of the beholder. But I have gone through my reasonable amount of changes, and I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I come back to you in Philadelphia tonight as a new person. I'm not a person. I come back to you as a group. On FM stereo, chuck the AM. Forget it. Enough with 99. Enough with 56. Enough with all of them. I had to say that because the engineer here is from there. And enough with all the AM band. Now it's time on to the FM. And that's why I'm not Joey Reynolds anymore. I mean, I was Joey Reynolds a few years ago. I had a theme recorded by the Four Seasons in 1966. It cost thousands of dollars. It was recorded in London by the Four Seasons and the London Symphony Orchestra. And it was replete with sequins before David Bowie and before Elton John's Daniel. It was just, incidentally, WDAS-FM is a hip station. Their men's room is Elton's John, and the other room down the hall is Olivia Newton's John. And I mean, this place is with it. This is what's going on in 1974. And I come to you as a group. I am not known as Joey Reynolds anymore. I'm known as 10 years after. 10 years ago, I was Joey Reynolds. I was the screamer on the radio at WKBW in Buffalo. And then I proceeded to devour America, much like Johnny Carson, except I did it the hard way, market at a time. And I have the same audience as the Tonight Show, and people are shocked. They think that I say things that are free form and are downright dirty, and they're not. They're just permissive. And in our society today, we are able to say things on the radio that were never said before on the radio, because the mic is left on a lot. And there's no cough buttons anymore, and there's new guys on the air, and the new guys on the air are really a gas. Today's disc jockey, I'm not talking about the boss jock who stands there whipping you to death with commercials and playing the first of 3 in a row and the second of 1 in a row and going on and on with all of his, you know who Art LeBeau is? Art LeBeau is the oldies king of the world. Is that correct? Am I correct in saying that? I know we have Buzzy Curtis here in Philly, who has Post Records. Is that Post Records? Buzzy Curtis record? He does all the oldies.
We have Lost Night.
And Lost Night Records, who's
very big. That's Record Museum.
These local names, like Buzzy Curtis was one of the first guys to record the Cobras he recorded. Wasn't that a group? La 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 La?
I have that.
All right, and he also did a job with the 3 Degrees in the earlier days on Swan Records.
Was he a down? But that was Richard Barrett.
But wasn't that Buzzy involved at that time?
I don't know.
This was before he was handing out calendars, before he was successful.
He had a record Down by the Ocean.
Yeah, he had a couple of them down by the ocean. There were a couple in the ocean, too, on a 50-pound weight.
Down by the ocean.
Delivered by the Italians from South Philly, Johnny Bond.
I got 4 words.
Remember, his favorite group is Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
The municipal government of Philadelphia, this is your mayor. You will follow the following rules. The Ben Franklin Bridge used to be 70 cents. We reduced it to 50 and raised it to 10. Now it's 60. We saved you a dime.
Typical Philly. Play a record.
I hope so. CO3, 3200, like to call.
Portion men's shoes on 17.
Once they were playing too many records, we're going to try and cut back so, you know, don't mess up the...
Which is no effort.
Yeah, it's true.
A lot of people have called and said that we're not playing enough records, too, and we're going to try to cut back. Actually, we're going to compromise. See, some people have called and said we sound like WCAU. Man, if I was in an all-talk bag, I'd be listening to CAU. So I want you to know that WCAU AM tonight is playing soul records in between their talk. And we'll be talking tonight and playing soul records.
Arthur?
Yeah.
I want you to meet Joey Reynolds. Arthur is the local representative for Capitol Records.
Wait, before we get into that, may I ask you something? Harvey, have you ever been a guest on your own show?
Yes.
You have?
Tonight.
Have you ever before? Tonight. Have you seriously?
No.
Take the earphones off. You come over here. I'll be on your show. You be the guest.
Okay.
Come on. We'll just exchange, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse us. That's all right. Watch this.
Good feedback. Watch it. Only one ear works.
They don't mind.
You know how to work the board?
No, but that doesn't matter. A board is a board.
Why don't we both want to stay here together? Want to stay here together?
No, I want you to get over there. You're the guest.
Yeah.
All I got to do is press buttons. No big deal. How do I get the phone on? How do you get the phone? Yeah. Get the phone over here. That's all I got to do.
No, I'm in New Jersey.
I see. Where in New Jersey, Arthur?
Voorhees, New Jersey.
Voorhees. What is that near, Arthur?
That's the Echelon Mall.
Near Echelon Mall.
We're doing a second thing on the Echelon Mall?
No, I just wonder where it's located, so I know where I'm at, because I know that you know where you're at.
I hear you're a legend, Joey.
I am a legend in my own mind. It's a delight to be on this radio station because it's in stereo and one of the earphones is broken, so I only hear it in mono.
So radio clinic for jocks.
Wait a minute.
This is a layman's approach to understanding record bids.
Harvey.
Oh, what?
Harvey, I'm on your show now. You're the guest. Now, you are here the guest. Hold on a minute. What is your name again, sir?
Arthur Field.
I'm sorry, Arthur Field?
Right.
I know that, Arthur, are you regularly listening to Holiday?
Yes.
All right. How long have you been listening to Harvey?
Yes.
Years. Did you used to listen to him when he was in Atlantic City, pulling his saltwater taffy at WNBC?
I've heard about him in Atlantic City.
You did? Yeah. All right, and you listened to him ever since he's been at WDOS full-time and now on a regular special basis every week.
Yes.
They can't afford to have him during the week, you know.
Right.
That's what Butterball tells him, emotionally.
Right.
But Harvey is here, and tonight, I don't think anyone has ever had the opportunity to ask him the questions they want to ask because they've never had a medium. And he's my guest on his show. And so I would like you to ask any question you really wanted to ask Harvey, where the fear of being hung up on would happen. You know, I will not hang up on you. In other words, you can ask whatever you want as long as it's within good taste, because you're going to have to face him again. Yes.
I really don't want to know anything about Harvey.
You know, I'm with you too. He's really kind of a bad guest, if you want to know the truth. I mean, even on his own show, he's not the kind of guest I'd want. But I'd have to agree with you. Is there anything you want from me as I leave myself wide open, waiting for your one-liner?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
I just want to hear Rookie by the Penguins.
I think you called to have yourself on the air.
No, I've done that before, so it doesn't really get
No, you called to hear the Penguins. Well, we got a nun behind me. I mean, is that comparable?
No.
You know she's wearing her pantsuit. But it's okay. I mean, that's permissive now, you know.
Okay.
Gee, thank you for calling. It's really
Thank you,
thrilling.
Joey.
Yeah, well, I'm going to play the Penguins for you, though.
You have it there?
Yeah, we have the Lord's Prayer, a new Lennon and McCartney tune, done by Maria Mulder. Who's the one who kissed a camel or something, isn't it? I don't know. We'll get something on.
I'm thrilled.
I'm sure. We'll slip into something cool.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.
And then just hang up there by flipping off the news mic. That's it. This is WDAS-FM. And, I should be using two mics, shouldn't I? Because this, I see. I was favoring the left, those of you who are having canal problems. I was favoring, that's the sound you're getting from me. I'm just learning how to operate all this stuff. Now, which one is your mic, Harvey? This one here?
No, the last one. Over the left. That's the one right there.
Okay. Now, when we want music, we just push that and
that button and that pot.
This one here?
Like that pot right there.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're actually doing this on the air. See, this jacket will take a record. No, I was going to do that. No, wait. We have a big turntable. It's a heavy-duty turntable. And we put the needle on top of the record. See, some radio stations...
That's right, it isn't.
They don't do that. This is one of those oldies. All right, now, put the needle on the record, and we're going to cue this in stereo. So watch this. It'll be like the old Command albums with a ping-pong ball going back and forth. A train coming through your living room. The well-on polka. All right, here we go. Now, that's cueing the record on the air. So we take the needle to the beginning of the song, and then we go back on it a little bit. A quarter of a turn, maybe. Less. That's it.
I did this last week. All right.
Oh, you did cue a record on the air.
How to do it last week.
It's about time. We're into tapes now. Nobody uses records anymore. I'm a tape jockey by trade anymore. Okay, now we're going to play this record, Harvey, which I know you can give a proper intro to.
No, you're doing pretty good, sir.
My favorite new record is Lamont Dozier and Fish Ain't Bitin', which has been out for a while, and it's on the AM WDAS charts. It's been on the soul stations for a longer period of time than it has the pop stations, which is kind of strange because most of the 45s today are purchased by young blacks. Statistically, that's the demographic breakdown these days across most of America. I have to speak very generally about demographics, which is the breakdown of audience size, their taste, their sex, and their taste, and lack of taste. But the audience demographics breakdown shows that most singles today are purchased by teenagers, girls, black, and most albums are purchased by 18 to 35-year-olds, male. And that's the record ball game. That's most of, statistically,